on first down. They hand off to Marlon Mack. Huge hole, 50-yard line. He's at the 40, still going near sideline. He's at the 10. He's at the 5, and he will score. Touchdown, Marlon Mack. Touchdown, I-N-D-Y. And again, it's picked off. It's Darius Leonard. Leonard with a second INT, and he's streaking down the near sideline. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. He's going to go. A pick six for the Maniac.
Horseshoe is back, baby. The horseshoe is back.
What's going on, Colts Nation? Welcome back to another episode of the Bring the Juice Colts podcast. I'm bringing back a familiar face to do the pregame of the Colts versus Jags matchup. You guys all know this guy from week one. He has a little bit of, I'm sure, a smirk on his face because, he gets a little bit of the, he gets a little bit of a pass and he gets to smile because he got a hold of us week one. But we're going to do a little bit better this time, I think. But Dalton, I want to say thank you, man, for taking time out of your vacation to do this with us. And thanks for being on.
Of course, man. It's a good time to talk Jaguars. I've never been so happy I've won 14 in my life.
Yeah, so with that being in mind, there's a couple things that I want to congratulate you on. First off, on almost getting to 10,000 subscribers. That's pretty cool. I mean, what was it? You were at just below 8,000 when we started this season?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. And then obviously, you guys get to be congratulated on the simple fact that you have now clinched the number one draft pick. Everybody was kind of wondering how that would slide. And now not only did you guys get to spoil the Colts' chances at the playoffs, but you also get the number one pick as well.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, we got a couple thrills this year. We got the thrill of being able to go 1-0 and be a big upset. We also never went through the pain of maybe going 0-12, 0-13, 0-14. We got our win out of the way early. We're on a 14-game losing skid right now, but at the end of the day, man, I thought we were going to go 1-15 and somehow not get no one overall pick, but the Jets gave the Jaguars fans a better gift than any of our relatives could have given us, and that's the gift of Trevor Lawrence.
All right, well, I have to ask you because I've asked I know a couple of Jaguars fans, and they've told me they did this. Last week when you guys were playing the Bears, Jags fans in the stadium were cheering every time that the Bears scored a touchdown. It wasn't when Jags were scoring. It was when the Bears were scoring. Be honest, were you one of those people?
No, I mean, I only went to one game this year, and it was the Houston Texans game. I've been on the tank train since week 3, since we got blown out by Miami. So, I mean, I've been to one game, and while I wanted us to lose, I wasn't sitting there cheering for us or booing if we scored or whatever. And I don't necessarily agree with that. I guess fans can do whatever they want to do. But, I mean, I'm fully on let's lose this. But I'm not going to boo if we score, and I'm not going to cheer when the Bears score. I wasn't at the game, but I was going to be a part of that nonsense.
Gotcha. Well, at least we found a real Jags fan out here, folks. A lot of the other ones, we're kind of saying that's how your organization is in disarray when your own fan base is rooting against you guys. It's kind of funny, but listen, man. So week one, that was a huge shocker, right? Everybody's kind of thinking about that now, and the Colts now sit at 10-5 here, and I mean, the Colts might go 11-5 here. And if we win against you guys this week, and the Colts could still potentially miss the playoffs. What's your reaction to hearing an 11-5 team could possibly miss the playoffs?
I mean, I did not think it would be possible after expanding the playoffs that something like this would happen. It's crazy. I mean, it absolutely is crazy. It's also crazy knowing that, I mean, you guys dropped week one, obviously, and just how impactful that game was because, I mean, if you guys had won that, you guys would probably be in the lead for the AFC South right now, wouldn't you? So, I mean,
yeah, I think it'd be pretty close. Yeah.
I mean, it almost affected both of us, man. We almost lost no one overall pick, and you guys almost lost your way out of the playoffs. So, man, I would if that was happening, I'd be sitting here apologizing to you, apologizing for the week one loss that you guys took. I would have said, hey, man, we can trade if you guys want because we need our Andrew Luck, and you guys need your playoff spot. But it's tough, man. I mean, I guess I can't believe it. I mean, that absolutely sucks. I mean, the Jaguars were able to win the AFC South at 10-6, and it's going to be quite the opposite for you guys, it seems like.
Yeah, it is a couple things got to happen, but we accept your apology on behalf of Jaguars Nation for beating us and hurting our chances. But I mean, the destiny is in our hands, was in our hands just last week, and we screwed that up too. So we're going to have to just fix some things up. But look, man, you now have the number 1 overall draft pick. It's now proven, regardless of what happens next week, whether you guys beat us or lose, you guys are still going to have the number 1 pick. So what do you think happens here? Do you think the Jaguars just pull out all the stops? They go absolutely crazy to try and see if they can potentially ruin the Colts' chances of making it to the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, they've been trying to win every game this year, but they're not good. The Jaguars aren't good. I knew going into the year they weren't going to be good. But for some reason, week 1, I had a hunch that the Jaguars were going to beat the Colts. I don't know why. I thought that I knew the Jaguars were going to be good. And I also knew that somehow the matchup with Jaguars and the Colts is good. I just thought, look, it's early on in the year. There's no game strip on Jay Gruden, on any of the rookies that are going to be out here playing. It was obviously a pandemic year. And I just thought that the Jaguars might have been able to catch the Colts slipping. So I predicted the win. I mean, this time around, the Jaguars tried. I don't know. Maybe they tried to beat the Bears. I mean, they started Glennon. They benched Robinson. They did some things. But, I mean, if the Jaguars tried their best, they couldn't beat the Colts. And I imagine the Colts have a lot to play for right now. They have the playoff spot. And, I mean, they lost these guys earlier. It's not like this is it's not like they're playing the Jets where, I mean, obviously you guys beat the Jets earlier this year. But it's not like, you're playing the Jets week 17. You haven't played them yet. You look at their record, and they're 2-13, and it might be an easy game. I mean, you guys, I'm sure there's plenty of trash talk there. I'm sure, they want to get their revenge. And, I mean, I have a feeling Jags are going to try, but they're going to get whooped.
Yeah, I mean, who's going to be the starting quarterback for this matchup? Because a lot of people thought, so they're probably just going to put Minshew in at this point because, Minshew just seems to always have our number, and you have no reason to not have him in there. So, I mean, is it probably going to be Minshew or is it Glennon? I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, at this point, I don't care. I don't like all the Jaguars quarterbacks are bad, man. Like, it's like a lot of people were freaking out. Oh, they benched Minshew for Glennon. They're definitely tanking. I'm like, they're all horrible.
But I can't say that though. Gardner Minshew had a 95% completion percentage against us the first game, man.
Yeah, off of a perfectly scripted game where they just executed everything right. I mean, he's good at those underneath throws, but I don't know, man. Like, if he's in any bit of trouble, if you guys get any bit of pass rush, he'll be shaken up. He'll dance. I always call him like a Roomba under a kitchen table, the way he just bounces around a pocket for no reason. I don't know. He's just not good. But all that matters is that week 1 in 2021, we're going to have Trevor Lawrence under center, and then we're going to actually start being able to potentially have a sustainable winning team, unlike the fluke year we had in 2017 where we were beating AFC South division rivals with Brissett at quarterback and TJ Yates and Tom Savage. You know what I mean? It's time to get this is something that we've never really had, at least in my lifetime. So it's going to be, I don't care about this game. I almost want to lose because, if the Jets lose and the Jaguars win, then they have the same record as them. But then since they have the same record, they're going to be swapping picks and even rounds. And I kind of want to sit there and I want, after day 1 of the NFL draft, the Jaguars to be on the clock. I'll be able to look at all the players available on day 2 and say the Jaguars can get any of these guys. I've came this far on the tank, and I'm down to keep riding it.
Hey, I mean, it's definitely different. And, I want to know who's going to be sitting out for you guys because, the Colts always have struggles with beating the Jacksonville in Jacksonville. That's why I was afraid too that we were going to lose that matchup because it's week 1. Frank Reich never does well in week 1s, and it's the Jaguars. We haven't beat you guys in 7 years in that freaking building. So, and you guys haven't beat us in our building in 5 years. So, it's kind of a series of streaks here. That's the only reason that I'm not as concerned about this game is because we're playing in Indy. But I mean, who's injured? Who's not playing in this game that's of significance? And does James Robinson continue to play? Because, I mean, James has just been phenomenal for you guys this year. I mean, undrafted free agent running back there. I mean, he might have been, the lone star here, but I mean, I think you guys also just found your running back of the future as well.
Yeah, James has been awesome. I definitely doubt that he plays. I don't see him playing on Sunday. I mean, he's going to be questionable. But other guys, Sidney Jones probably won't play. C.J. Henderson's on the IR. Josh Allen's on the IR. I mean, I don't know who else good we have anymore. But, I mean, there's not going to be anything crazy coming up. I doubt other than that, I mean, starting offensive line will be in there. Hopefully it'll be our last game of this bad quarterback play because I can't stand it anymore. I'm just so blessed that we don't have to figure out who's better between Justin Fields or Trey Lance or Zach Wilson, because that was going to be a headache, because quarterback controversy causes a lot of problems and drama amongst the fan base. The most toxic a fan base can get is if there's a quarterback issue. I know you guys probably dealt with that, between weeks 2, 3, 4, 5 when, Philip was lagging a little bit. But as you know, I'm just ready for a brighter future and to catch on these draft picks and see who we get a head coach, GM. I mean, it's going to be a awesome and fun offseason for the Jaguars, this year.
Yeah, I mean, and I was talking about Trevor Lawrence and these other quarterbacks from earlier. I mean, I was saying before, I was one of those people, I'll admit it, that I thought originally Justin Fields was right up there with Trevor Lawrence for as good as they were. But, I mean, Trevor Lawrence has shown exactly why he's the best prospect since Andrew Luck, and it's not even close. And then Justin Fields, Zach Wilson, and Trey Lance, those guys are on a pedestal right below him. I mean, yeah, and honestly, I've even shifted the fact I don't think Justin Fields should be the second quarterback taken. I think it should be Zach Wilson with how he's looked this year. So, if you guys ended up getting the second pick, I would have just said take Zach Wilson because that kid's looking phenomenal. But look, man, I've already taken enough of your time here. Not a whole lot more to discuss. But let's just kind of finish it off here again with another score prediction. You got it right the first time. Why don't you just go ahead and give me your second one here?
Let me get the Colts 41, Jaguars 10.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. So not even close.
We have no chance in this game.
Yeah, we have no chance. I mean, I know you guys say that, but then it's never that easy. It's never that easy. The Colts don't ever beat the Jags by that much. That's never that way.
Have you seen the Jags last 2 games? Oh, my God, we're horrible. We're awful.
I know, but that's just the Jags, though. It's different. Even when you guys are missing a bunch of key pieces, it's an AFC South divisional matchup, man. I mean, it's always close.
Yeah, but we're in Lucas Oil. It's not going to be close, bro.
I guess. I mean, I saw a very interesting stat when the Colts played the Texans 2 weeks ago. The Colts and the Texans have won or have played in what is it now? 12 consecutive matchups where the game was decided within single digits. So over the last 6 or 7 years, every game that has been played by Houston and the Colts has been within single digits. It's the same thing with the Jags, but yeah, I'll go with the Colts 31-17 here. I'm going to give you guys.
Oh, you're a pessimist. You're a pessimist.
Yes, I am, dude. Come on. I can't sit here and definitively say the Colts are just going to do that to them. I just can't. I think they're going to win, but I don't think they're going to just blow them out the water. Because either way, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much we blow them out by, because we have to rely on 3 other teams to beat somebody in order to make it in. We have to rely on Buffalo to beat Miami, which they might, and then the Steelers to beat the Browns, but the Steelers aren't playing Big Ben, so we don't know how that's going to go. And then we have to hope that maybe the Texans beat the Titans this week. We don't know how any of those games will go down.
So if the Texans beat the Titans and you guys win, are you guys AFC South champions?
Yes, we are AFC South champions if we beat them, and if we beat the Jags and the Titans lose it, then the Titans would be out.
Oh, that'd be outstanding. I'm hoping for that.
Yeah, I'm hoping for that too, dude. You have no idea. I'm hoping J.J. Watt's little speech that he had 2 days ago might light a fire under that team's behind and might make them start playing harder. Who knows? Yeah,
I'm hoping for it, man. I'm hoping because I don't like the Titans haven't won the AFC South in like forever. I'm hoping that continues, man. We don't need them. We don't need them getting crowned for that spot.
For real though.
And then that will give you guys the longest AFC South championship deficit, man. That puts you guys in an awful spot.
Yeah, totally. I just would hate to see this team go 11-5 and then not make the playoffs. That'd just be incredibly dumb. But hey, listen, man, thank you so much for taking your time. Colts Nation, thank you to UCF Jaguar for coming on. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always fun being on, and you have a good night, man.
Yep, you too, man. Thank you guys, everybody, for watching. And as always, go Colts.